Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Teany Hidalgo, your purpose coach, and today is your dose of high vibe, forward thinking, and revolutionary content that's encouraging you to discover the passions that lead to your purpose. Today, I have a special guest, Jennifer Tosian. Is that how you say your last name?
Tosian, but close enough.
Tosian. That's even
I'm
better.
still getting used to learning it too. It's been like a year and a half. So
I know you changed your name. Oh my God, so much has happened. So I had Jennifer on like a year ago. And so now we're back, and it's always nice to catch up with people who've been on here before because I'd love to see the progress. And she got married. So, I mean, hello.
Life doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Exactly. Life keeps going. Life keeps moving. And I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, thank you, Teeny. Great to see you too.
Yes, thank you so much. So welcome and thanks for being on the show. And for those of you who are live on YouTube right now, please feel free to comment in the box, I think, below. YouTube is a little different than all the other interfaces, right? So
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It's all good. It's all technology. We're all live, so that's what matters. So let me introduce you guys to Jennifer. Let me talk a little bit about you. Is that cool, Jennifer?
Sure, go for it.
All right. So she's a creator of the Subliminal Vision Boards. Experience the first ever multi-sensory vision board app in just 5 minutes a day. It's like looking at your vision board 1,000 times. And doing this will create and accelerate your alignment and the law of attraction. It's the perfect tool for the new year 2020, which is kind of why I wanted you also to be on the show, because I feel like, you know, people are like inundated with all these like people who are like, oh, let me help you with your 2020 goals. But I kind of find that even if you end up doing it all for yourself, there are tools that help you get there no matter what you do.
Right. And they're powerful tools. I mean, this is one of the most powerful times, I think of our species, of our kind, of our souls. I think we have expanded the most we ever have. And we just keep doing it more and more. And it's kind of all blossoming, kind of all coming together. You know, we're just sort of kind of realizing in this generation, I think, as to what we really have the power to do. You know, yeah, there was vision boards back in the day and some things kind of worked out okay, but, you know, manifesting has evolved. And in order to keep up with that, we went ahead and came out with the Subliminal Vision Boards Pro app, which basically has taken vision boards to a whole nother level. It is what it is, it's a multi-sensory law of attraction tool. And it combines the power of vision boards, but even more than the normal power of vision boards, because we've advanced, and then also with cutting edge subliminal technology. So it's a really important time to really realize and remember the power and the intellect that we have inside us, that we are always guided, and that there is always that next want, and that's okay.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I also love that, you know, I mean, that board obviously helps you manifest, you get all your goodies in one place, but you keep creating, because creation never stops, you know? You just keep going and keep growing, and you can use it forever, right? And it's amazing.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, is that we are creators. That's who we are innately. And we have been creating by default and kind of getting lucky here and there, and not realizing that it's actually us manifesting these little, you know, sparks that happen in our life. And once you realize that you create your own reality, and that you can actually start creating not only by default anymore, but on purpose. And that's what this tool is about. I mean, that's really what this time is about, is recognizing, remembering the power that you have inside you, and then aligning yourself to that higher self of yourself, your purpose, your dreams, your goals, that whole thing that makes you have joy in your life. That's where you're going to have a frequency higher than you ever have. And once you align yourself to what it is that you want, you're just aligning frequencies. And that's really what we're kind of starting to kind of understand a little bit more, I think, Teeny, is that we are energy beings. We are electronic energy beings. And everything holds a vibration. Everything is at the molecular level, past an atom. Everything is just moving energy. And so you go, okay, well then, why is it that I see walls? Well, that's our senses. So our senses is what makes us a deliberate or a non-deliberate creator because we focus on our senses. And what we need to do is focus on inside. Focus on what is that driving passion that you want to get up in the morning for, that you want to share to the world. You've always wanted to do, but for some reason, you just never have taken the steps, whether it's for fear or someone told you couldn't do it. I'm here to tell you that when you align yourself with that one thing you want, you can do anything in the world. You can be anything in the world. You can have anything in the world that you want to have. You just got to put that focus and attention on it. And that's
Absolutely.
what Subliminal Vision Boards Pro app helps you to do.
Absolutely. And I love that you said on purpose, because I mean, that's why I made the show, right? So people can be on their purpose.
Purpose with passion.
Yeah, so this is like the perfect tool for you guys to manifest that thing that you're purposely wanting and desiring. And whether it's your career, or your mate, or, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, this is a great tool to be purposely manifesting it, right? So thank you so much for saying that. Mm-hmm. All right, so I want to get started with some of the questions because I want to get into the background. And maybe we can get into some of the things you've manifested.
Oh, you sure can. I literally love this app, and that's why I have so much passion about it. It's because it has helped me in so many ways. I will explain.
Yes. Okay, good. We'll get into it.
Explain.
Okay, good.
Down the road, but wherever you want to go next.
All right, so let's get into it. First, let's start with a little background because everybody starts with a purpose. Everybody starts somewhere, right? So what sparked your journey? Like what fanned those flames for this transformational work and this, production of this app that you created? What were the pivot points?
Everything's a journey. It's one of those things we live there, and then it's rare that we reflect back. But when I reflect back on this creation, and that's really what it is. It's a journey, and it really, honestly, it started in about September 2014. It was about 3 months after my dad had passed over, and I was very dear friends together. I loved him very much, but I was feeling like I had kind of ended my mourning process of it, and I was ready to kind of take myself back. And I looked around in my life, and I wasn't really happy. I didn't like the job I was in. I was overworked, underpaid. I was basically doing an admin position that was for about 5 different positions at once. So I was getting really overworked. I was living in the desert. I love the ocean, so that was off too. And there's just some other things that I was overweight. I was not eating right. I was just in a slump. And so I told my husband, I told my fiance at the time, he's now my husband, but I told him, we got to go to Barnes and Noble because this is what I've always done in my life. I didn't realize I was visualizing. I just loved back in the day doing vision boards and watching little things kind of come together. And it was just kind of a fun way of reminding myself of where I wanted to go.
So, vision boards are great. So
they are great. Yeah. So I told Grace, let's go to Barnes and Noble and let's make a vision board. So we went to a dollar store, got a platform, piece of plywood, or not plywood, but paper.
Like poster board. Okay.
Poster board. Yep. And we went to Barnes and Noble, and we went and looked at all the magazines, and I couldn't believe how expensive they were, first of all. And then I thought, okay, I can still do it. Let me try to find what I'm looking for so I know the magazine. If I'm going to pay for that, I better have the right picture in there. And we spent about an hour going through magazine after magazine, and none of what I envisioned my future to be was there. And I thought, well, I'm not going to spend $50 on magazines if I can, there's nothing that's precisely what I want. So we went home, and we had this empty white poster board, and we just laid it up against the refrigerator. And I said, it's laughing at me, And so for the next 3 months, I would wake up in the morning, I'd look at this blank canvas, and I thought, well, there's my future. It's just blank. There's nothing really there. And it really kind of gnawed at me. And it was about 3 months after that, I woke up. It was 6 months to the day after my father passed. He passed the day before my birthday. So it's always a little bit just tender,
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. So I woke up 6 months to the day, and I thought, okay, nothing has changed in my life. Here's my father. And I believe that there's so much more after this, that we move on energetically. But I do believe he's around me very much. And I thought, well, he's looking down and all he's seeing is that I'm not happy. And I'm looking, thinking I'm not happy either. So I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go back to school. I've got to start creating again. I've got to do something. And long story short, that afternoon, I just came up with this amazing quantum idea that came through me, and a force I'd never felt before, and a heat that was just beautiful and warm and comforting, but electric.
I'm curious, were you meditating, or is it just like a cathartic moment? You had insight, what was it?
Yeah, so that morning, my husband had shown me, Paul Santisi. We were really listening to subliminal messaging. And I was starting to see that it was really kind of reprogramming how I thought about things. There's this one called It's a Great, Great Day. And he says it a million times. And by the end of it, you think, well, you know what? It's a great, great day. You start realizing you're kind of reprogramming it. So I had felt and I had witnessed the power of the subconscious in myself, just kind of reprogramming it. And then me being a powerhouse of vision board believer, I was on Facebook, and my friend had done a vision board, and just your basic one. She was holding it up, and that's when it came to me. This voice came screaming through me and said, "Combine the two." And I didn't even know what that meant, except that I screamed to my husband, "What if we combine the two? What if we took the power of vision boards that everyone knows works, and we made it for the phone? We made it personal. We made it. You're able to take it with you everywhere you go. And then knowing the subliminal messaging works, what if we had it so each image and text that they put on their board flashed at a speed that actually reprogrammed their subconscious mind? That would be the most amazing tool ever." So we said, well, let's name it, So we named it Subliminal Vision Boards. We just combined the two names together.
Love it.
Yeah, and we just rolled with it. We looked to see if the domain name was taken. It wasn't. We bought it right away. We started, looking at like what were the statistics on it and how things were, what exactly was this? And before you knew it, we were calling up developers and trying to find a developer that would to try to create something that had never been created before.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love when genius happens, because it's very rare that things are new,
Oh,
so when they are, it's like you have to jump on it. Otherwise, the idea goes to someone else.
I believe that everything is energy. So when some idea comes to you and you feel it within you, you just know that that's something that would invigorate you or enlighten you, or somehow you just know you feel strongly about it. That's an energy, kind of a portal field that opens up.
Absolutely.
And if you don't allow that in, if you don't align yourself somehow with that, either by focusing on it or talking about it or taking the action toward it somehow, it will pass you. It's just energy. It'll go to someone else who's more aligned with it.
Yeah, and who's open, right?
Who's open.
Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this in her book, Big Magic, when she talks about writing.
Mm-hmm.
She says she had an idea and it kind of went past her, and someone else ended up having the idea and writing the book and things like that.
And she ended up meeting her, which was amazing. Yeah, I read that. I loved it.
Amazing. Yeah. Love it. Okay. So that's great. I love that, the backstory, because first of all, everybody has like a way that they got to where they were. And it's usually because of some kind of, I call it pain, because it's like pain to passion, right? Your pain was you were, so overwhelmed, so overworked, and you were like, there has to be a better way for this all to work out for me, right? A better life, a better job, a better everything, right? And how do I do that? So instead of going after the thing, you made the tool basically to go and do it. So I love that.
Right. And I've used it ever since, and I've manifested so many things with it. And so it's almost, it makes me question, well, why wouldn't you try it? If someone told me this app can help you align yourself from your conscious to your subconscious, it's a multi-sensory tool. You can add music to it. Now you've got your voice attached to every vision board, and that's so powerful. I would try it.
Of course.
You have to try this app. It is incredible. And honestly, it is meant to shift the mass consciousness of the world. I believe that. I believe in the way that it flew through me. I believe in the path of how it was created, the story behind it, the journey behind it. I've seen manifestations happen with it. I've seen manifestations happen for it. That's why I feel so strongly and believe so deeply for it.
So that said, why do you think this tool is so relevant now? I have so many things to say about that, but I want to hear what you have to say about this, because I feel like, first of all, you already talked about all the synchronicities that helped this thing become what it is now and manifest in the world. But why do you think it's so relevant now?
I think people need it the most right now. People are unhappy. They're very conditioned. They're living on limited negative thinking, and they don't even know it. They don't even realize that a lot of the things that they were taught as children by parents, by teachers, by friends, by lovers, they are every incident, every experience is programmed in our subconscious. So if you're told something when you're little, like starving artists, what are you going to be, a starving artist? Well, if you start believing that, then you realize that that's my belief system, that I can't do art because I don't want to be a starving artist. But really, when you follow your passion, you follow what you love, the money comes. You don't choose something for the money. You don't choose something for the statue of it. You don't choose something because someone told you to do it or you should do it. You choose it because you love it, because it brings you the greatest joy, because you wake up in the morning and you want to write it all over the walls, because you want to tell everyone about it, because you feel so deeply and proud of yourself for doing it. That's why you do things in this world. And that's where we're losing. We're forgetting that dreams are important, that when you follow your dream, when you follow your purpose, you also experience it for yourself, but you get to share it to the world. So that book that you've been wanting to write, that for maybe 20, 30 years that you've never written, but you know somewhere deep down, damn it, there's a book inside of me. I just, I don't know, I don't have the time, how would I even publish it? It doesn't matter. If you just take small little steps toward that goal, the passion and the reasoning and the purpose behind that is what's going to guide you through that.
Absolutely.
And realize this. It's so important that people realize that what they love is what you want to do in your life. That is what we're here to experience, is love. Love in what you do, love in who you do it with, and love where you do it. If you can accomplish those three things, and you can, you're aligned with what you came down here for.
And my keyword, Jennifer, I'll tell you what my keyword for this next year is for 2020.
Aligned?
Well, alignment is included in there, but pleasure. Because I feel like people come here and they think like, you have to suffer. It's so hard to get X, Y, and Z. I have to work hard. Like everything is so hard. Like, why does it have to be so hard? Why can't it be pleasurable? Why can't your life be happier because you're indulging in the pleasures that make you happy, right?
Right.
And I think that those pleasures include doing the things that you love, right? Like, it totally makes sense. Do what you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's absolutely the truth.
It's true.
Yeah. So pleasure for me is like the key word for this next year. Like,
That's
do what you love.
Do what you love. Be what you love. That's the other thing. If you look in the mirror, I don't care how healthy, unhealthy you are. If you look in the mirror and you're not able to say, I love you stomach, I love you body, I love you face, I love you hair, then there's work that needs to be done on that. Then you need to create a Subliminal Vision Boards app of I love you board and build up your self-esteem. If you are just hardcore and you want to work out and you're ready to work out and you're ready to take this new year by storm, then create a fitness board. Put down what you want to do. Put down how good it feels to have good health and be able to be fit and strong. You know what you want. You just have to align it and trust in that too and focus on it. And once you do that, you're good. And that's the secret of it all. It really is. The problem is that we walk around with a lot of negative subconscious conditioning. 95% of everything we do, everything we see, everything we hear, everything we think of ourselves, think of someone else, is done on a subconscious level. And it makes you breathe. It runs all the time, even when you're sleeping. And so what we recommend is that you use our powerful patented Subliminal Take 5 feature. And so once you're done putting everything you want on your vision board for the next, couple months, or you can do a long-term board, a short-term board, you can do many different boards, whatever it is. But once you do that, now you got to use our feature that comes with the app, of course, and start reprogramming that paradigm, make that paradigm shift inside your mind that says, you know what? It doesn't matter that my teacher told me I couldn't do art. I want to do art. I've always wanted to do clay, or molding clay or whatever. Then go do it. Go take a class. Go take the steps. And this app will help you to stay focused on that and keep you aligned with that.
Absolutely. I love that. So what do you think is the key then for them to start to reimagine, what they'd want themselves for the next year, even for the next month, right? Like, let's start small. How do you think people can get started with that?
Let's start with next week or tomorrow. I mean, really, you can create unlimited vision boards with this app. Excuse me. So many people think, well, vision boards are meant for big future things. And yeah, they can be. But we also have short-term goals in our life. I want my coworker to be a little more nice, or I want to be closer and more loving to my husband, or vice versa, or I want to spend more time with my dog and cat. I mean, really, we all have goals, and they don't have to blow everything in the water. I mean, it really can simply be a short-term goal. I want to walk around my neighborhood every night after work because I know that deep down, I know that after I eat, digestion it goes easier, and it will help with, whatever it is, acid reflux or whatever. So I'm going to dedicate this next week to walk around my neighborhood every night after work. So you do a board on that, and you look at that every lunchtime, and you say, okay, that's right. That's what I want, and this is why I want it. So it's really about asking yourself, what is it that I want? If I could do anything, if I knew for sure that I could do something and I would be a big success with it, what would that be? And that's what you want to make your first subliminal vision boards with.
I love that. I love that because it's true. Everybody thinks, oh my God, it's such a big deal. It's going to take me hours, right? But it really doesn't have to be that complicated. It could be super simple.
Super simple. It's just about repetition.
Yes.
So create it. Now you've got to look at it every day. And that's why, we know life is busy. It's busy for me. And I said, well, we got to put on some kind of notification. People have to be reminded. We are so non-aligned with our dreams and goals that honestly, we need to be
reminded. Yeah, all the time.
Exactly that. Hey, you know what? Our dreams are knocking. That let's get those off the back burner, put them on the front burner for 5 minutes a day, and watch what happens when you just put a little bit more focus consistently on what you want. The law of attraction comes through like a bandit. It is incredible.
What this reminds me of, and I'm going to tell you also because you're a Tony fan, Tony Robbins.
Oh, totally.
And, he says, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? Mm-hmm. I also feel like if I have a goal, if I'm not focusing on it, it's also dying, right? Like you're either focusing on it and it's growing or it's dying. It's one or the other because your focus fades, like it's over time. So I think it's important that if you do want to, get that thing that you want, then you have to dedicate the time to it, right? And what's the easiest way to do that than to have it at your fingertips, right? And listen to it every night.
Well, and exactly. And that's why manifesting, especially with vision boards, has evolved. Because the old way is you go get a whole bunch of magazines, you cut pictures out that really don't align with what your vision is, but it's good enough. You put it on, you tape it, you spend all this time on it, which is great. That's momentum right there, which I think is a good part of the vision board process, which you do the same with the app. But then you hang it up on a wall that you're never around. You might look at it talking to your mom, oh yeah, maybe even a couple minutes meditating on it. But then that's it. So then life swoops in and you kind of forget about it. Pretty soon, family's coming over, it's in the closet, and then that's it. It's over. So the nice thing about having it portable on your phone is that you carry your visions everywhere you go. So if you're doing some kind of health board and you start, you go to some corporate lunch and they're having chocolate cake and you're like, you know what? I really don't want to eat the carbs. I'm really wanting to, slim down and get fit. I don't need the sugar. then maybe you pull out your board for a second and just remind yourself, maybe hear yourself talking, saying, I'm not eating any more sugar. I know what that does to me. It spikes up my glucose, or whatever. And you hear yourself reminding yourself. It's almost like your higher self is talking to you when you hear this, when you hear yourself talking about your goals and dreams. So you align yourself with your higher self whenever you need to, because it's always on your phone.
I love that. One thing I will ask you, which I had just thought of as you were talking about, like, if you're going to record yourself saying something, I would recommend, and I'm sure you as well, make sure that when you're recording this thing, that you're in the highest state of mind that you can be, because even audio has power, right? It has energy. So
Absolutely.
record it in a time that, you feel your best and you're really motivational for yourself, like that, whatever that version is for you, right?
Well, and that's the great thing, is that really, once you start this process with our app, the process just kind of unfolds on itself. So as you're looking on online images for whatever it is you're looking for, Hawaii, let's say, and you've got the nice pretty background of Hawaii and the waves are moving, because on our pro version we have the Giphy background, so it's like it's seeing your visions basically move and come alive, which has never been done.
I love that.
Isn't that the coolest thing?
Love that.
Once you're adding, you're like, okay, cool. So now I'm in Hawaii. I've always wanted to be in Hawaii. What do I want to do? Oh, well, I definitely want to go and snorkel. Definitely want. So then you find snorkeling in Hawaii, and you pick out your higher self guides you to the picture that you connect with. So now you got that on there, and then maybe you put Hawaii in your favorite color, because you have full customizable options with this app. So you can add a border, a frame. So you're already building up your vibration with Hawaii as you're creating it. So that's the perfect time, like you're saying, Teeny. Now you get to the point in the app where it says, okay, what do you want to do for sound? Do you want to record your voice? We have Zen sounds that we put in the app already included that are beautiful and soothing and calming, great for anxiety. And then we also have where you can add your own music from your music library too. So
I love that.
Which is great, because music is power, and
Yeah.
words are energy, and music is energy. So when you've got your vision consciously aligned with what you want, then you've got your sound, already consciously aligned with what you want. It's already multi-sensorial right there. Throw on your headphones, you're looking at your vision board, you're listening to the sound, you're recording. And then on top of it, you use a subliminal take 5. So now you're looking at your board consciously. You got the sound going behind it. Then you've got the flashing of the images and text, reprogramming your subconscious mind. There's nothing like it. It is the one of the world's most powerful manifesting tools ever created. And it's, and I'm humbly saying that I love this app so much, because it has helped me in so many ways we'll go through that, but
yeah, it's very inspiring.
I just want everyone to be inspired in their life. I just want everyone to say, oh my gosh, and we've had so many people say this app has changed my life in so many different ways. Everyone wants something different. I believe everyone has come down here to do something spectacular and amazing, and even that's writing their book or being healthy enough to be more with their grandchild and instill wisdom in them. Whatever it is, it's what it is, and when you align with it, it's amazing once you feel that flow. And I just want everyone to get into that flow of their higher self, of their greatest joy. It's living like no other. When you get into that flow and you get it aligned, you can never go back.
It's consistent inspiration and focus.
It is, and you get to see the universe work in miraculous, beautiful, guiding ways that you never even knew existed. You just never knew that God was really always right there, and that there was a purpose and a reason for everything, and just the impact that you can make, not only for your own world and your own self, but ultimately for everyone around you, and for even the people that you never meet.
Absolutely. I love that. So inspiring. So speaking of inspiring, who inspired you along this journey? Because I know no one ever does it alone. We all have help, whether it's in the real world or spiritual world, right? Depending on what you believe. What inspired you? Who inspired you?
I would say, it's one of those things where it's the people that have come into your life when you needed someone the most. It's that phone call. It's that smile. It's the people that I don't even remember, but at that moment, they put me onto that next step in my path. Beautiful teachers that I have followed were Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham. I listen to her every day. She's so inspirational. And
Me
then,
too.
oh, she's incredible. And and just Bob Proctor, these people that have done an amazing thing in finding their alignment and share it to the world. They're my inspirators because that's what I want to do. I want to create something in my life that I would believe in 100%, that could really change and shift the world. As you know, you got to think big, dream big, guys. This is your life. This is, Bob Proctor says your dreams cost you your life. So don't dream small, dream big. Dream big, because that's who you are. You are the universe. You are bigger and more wonderful than you can even imagine, and more powerful than probably you'll ever experience.
I was just going to say that we're so much more powerful. And like the more we focus ourselves and use tools like that to really focus our power, the more powerful we are, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. And I am seeing with this app, me becoming more powerful. I always knew I was powerful. I never really had a chance to experience it this way. And I never really knew what alignment was. I didn't know there was a term for it. I just knew that when I was in the flow and I was feeling good things happened,
Yeah.
And, when I wasn't feeling good and things were spiraling down and I put a lot of attention on that and talked about that, then that continued on happening. So, once I chose to just be happy, and I wasn't going to let anyone tell me differently about how to run my life and what to do with my life. And in the end, when you follow your passion, no matter what anyone says, that's when you've succeeded, I believe.
I absolutely agree with you. So, I mean, all that said, I mean, I think I've said it in so many different ways, but what do you tell people when they question the power of this work? I mean, I feel like it's not just you talking about it. There's so many people that are talking about these types of tools that you can use. And obviously there's no tool like this one.
Right.
But, what do you tell people when they question the power of this work?
I just tell them, try it. I mean, just try it. We offer a 7-day free trial. It's the Subliminal Vision Boards Pro app. I mean, you have nothing to lose. And I think once you realize what it feels like to truly be aligned, to truly want more, and to be okay with wanting more, and to reprogram some of that limited belief system that you keep replaying over and over again, I think that I know really that you will start recognizing who you really are and how amazing it really is to follow your true heart and your true passion. And once you do that, you'll never question it, because
I agree.
There's
once you see the manifestations begin, like you just won't go back.
Yeah, there's no reason to, because you realize that you create your own reality. You create the good stuff and what's quote the bad stuff. I mean, everything is in the now. We live in a really crazy time. People are realizing that time doesn't even exist, that's man-made. Everything's in the now, thanks to Eckhart Tolle. And these are beautiful, beautiful things to know. But what do you do with that? Well, you realize that you're the creator of your now. You can't create your past, done and over with, gotta let that go. And when you do that, you'll be free to be in the now. And once you're in the now, you've got that catapult. The now is your catapult into your future. It's that catapult into the vision. So what you want to do is basically align yourself with that higher part of you, that higher vision. Create a vision board of it and let your higher self start talking to you more. And that's how it works.
I love that. Love that. This is all like so exciting, all this work that you're doing. So what do you think the future holds for, using the apps and connecting with like our subconscious and conscious minds? I feel like that's like the next phase of where humanity is going, right? Connecting at that kind of subconscious level to really produce change.
Absolutely. I think, look, I mean, with the way electronics, we didn't hardly do anything for 50 years, and all of a sudden, boom, we're talking to each other over the screen. I'd send you a picture, you got it in Dubai. Electronics, everything is manifesting at a quantum speed. And I believe we were chosen to be in this time space in reality, to literally experience this. And once people really start understanding the power of the mind, the power of thoughts, the fact that we're all energy, the fact that everything is in order, nothing is ever done wrong, everything is always done in this beautiful way it's supposed to be done. And once you realize that your only job is to be happy, that's all you came down here for, was to experience your greatest joy.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, so once you start realizing that and living with that authentic self, which is true joy, true happiness, true unconditional love, then you start realizing that there really just is no other way to live. It's what it is. And so this will become more and more happening as time goes on. I mean, we're kind of the pioneer of this. And we're knowing this, we are always evolving this app constantly. So we have a grand vision of this app. This app is not just going to sit the way it is now. We are always evolving it, because as we expand, the app is going to expand. And it's a living thing, like any creation really is.
Absolutely. I'm curious. I'm sure you guys are getting stats on maybe how people are using it, how much they're using it, things like that. Have you gotten any feedback on what types of things people are manifesting and what people are asking for? Because I'm just curious where it goes, right? Is it health? Is it relationships? Is it like material objects? Is it like, what is it? Like, what are the top few, I guess?
It's, it's so fun because I get emails all the time saying, thank you for helping me with this app. Thank you for letting me become aligned with it. I wanted to go to Paris and I never found out a way to do it. And I decided I was going to do a Paris board, and my job got transferred to Paris, and they're even paying for me to learn French. I mean, it really, it's all the way up to, I sell jets. And I used your app, and do you know that in 2 weeks, I sold 3 times as more jets as I ever have, asking me to get business cards sent to them so their whole team can use it. This app is a universal tool. So whatever it is that you want to bring into your life more, that is what it will help you with. So it is infinite. It's universal. It's a sales board if you need more sales. It's finding true love in your life if that's what you want. It's finding love within yourself more if that's what you want. It's going to that place you've always wanted. It's writing that book, doing more art. It's whatever it is that you want to do. It's that thing that you've always wanted to do in your life that you're like, you know what, 2020 is here. Dang it, I'm gonna do it. This is the year. I've tried to do it 3 years in a row, haven't been able to do it. I'm gonna do it. And now you have the tool that's gonna keep you focused and keep you aligned doing it.
I love that. Oh, I can't wait for people to start using this more.
I know. I'm just like, come on, guys.
I feel like this next decade is going to bring so much more empowerment, on a personal and like individual, but also in a group level, because I feel like communities will also start getting together to produce manifestations, right, that are positive for the world.
Right.
So all that aside, like, what do you do then? Because at the inner workings of it all is a person's like happiness and raising their vibe and raising their consciousness and all that stuff. What do you do to have a continuous practice of raising your vibe, especially when the shit hits the fan?
I do my best to stay in the most positive perspective I can be at all times, as much as I can. Life happens, shit hits the fan, and I try my best to have the faith, to believe in whatever the reasoning is behind it. When you start doing what you love, there just is nothing that can take you away from it. So, we've been through a few different developers, we've had ups and downs. This is the journey of running a business, I have to tell you. Is it all, sunshine and flowers? No, it's not. But I love it because I love what we are working for. We are not working for someone else. So we're working on something together, my husband and I. And it's something that once you do something that you love, there just is nothing, like I said, taking you away from it. It's just not possible. So, especially with the app, I do my best to just take action quick. When I'm in the flow, when I'm feeling, if I'm at a crossroads, I analyze things and then I decide what feels the least, non-resistant, really. And I go with that. I do my best to listen to positive, music, read positive books. I'm always learning. Either I'm on a YouTube channel learning about something, or listening to Bob Proctor or Abraham.
Love that.
Whatever it is, but I'm following what I love. And so even when things happen that I don't expect to happen, because life is just like that, I just have the belief and the faith in what I know, what I want to share, and who I am. And then I have no fear. My desire is more than my doubt or my fear. And once that tilts, then it seems easier as time goes on, because I won't allow it to tilt back. I remember what that felt like, and I don't like it. And so I just do my best to stay and bring balance to it, but always try to tilt it in my favor, really, because I'm the creator of my own reality. So in a situation, I can choose a perspective of pain and hurt and failure, or I can choose it as an opportunity, a learning lesson, and a starting point to do something different.
Yeah, a stepping stone. And I love that you focus on the desire more than the pain. That's a great recommendation for people to keep moving forward. What else do you think is important for people to just continually, have a practice of positivity, purpose, passion, all those different things?
I think anything that's going to make you feel good. I mean, my husband and I, we have decided to go gluten-free and vegan. And I've noticed that my manifestations have come a lot stronger. We're energy beings here. So any kind of blockages, fat, any kind of high cholesterol, any of that, I believe really kind of impedes the manifestations coming through, the visions coming through, that alignment that we need.
Yeah, because it's all about denseness or lightness of energy. And
Right. So we've decided to really make it a point to drink a ton of water. I bought this gallon of water thing,
nice
water, and I've been reading about how important it is to be hydrated for your mental health, clarity, your heart. You look younger. It's just you need to be hydrated, and 95% of people walk around dehydrated. Well, that's going to affect your alignment. That's going to affect your manifestations coming through. So really, honestly, it's all about what makes you feel better and what aligning yourself to your authentic beliefs and choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working out is great. Getting out in nature is huge. I try to get out in nature every day. Every day, I don't care. I gotta go for a walk. I gotta see a tree. I gotta see a squirrel. I have to connect. I have to look up. We're in a society. Everyone's looking down. We're losing connection with each other, and we're losing connection with ourselves, really. And everything starts from within. So
it absolutely does. Yeah. So what's the one thing that you recommend, or maybe a couple of things for people to be more focused on, what they want to manifest from within, right? And how do you think your work and this app can help them get there?
I think really the main thing is to ask for what you want. So that's the first step, is to really go in a quiet space, put on some pretty music, shut the phone off, put on whatever it is that kind of gets you in that zone, and start really looking at your life. Look at your life and see where you're happy, where you're not happy. Check in with yourself. We put a lot of projections on a lot of people, on a lot of places, a lot of things, but everything starts from within. So we need to start checking in with ourselves and saying, you know what, I really am unhappy at that job, or this has been 3 years, it's been good, but all we do is fight, or I want out of this rut I'm in, and then find out what part of your life is that rut, and then make some changes. Find out what it would be like to not be feeling that way, or be feeling something different, experiencing something different. And
Yeah.
our app, really using our app, create a vision board of that, create multiple vision boards, do a short-term goal board, do a long-term goal board, do a weight loss board, do a sales board. We're talking 5 minutes a day. We got to really look at what is a priority in our life. Is it the mental conditioning that we've been raised on since we were born? Or is it what we actually came down here to do? And that's what we need to focus on.
Right. People get so lost in that stuff, right? I have an idea for you, a challenge.
Okay. Oh boy.
A challenge that I think that you should present to people. Well, not you challenge, but like a challenge that you should have. Maybe like a 7-day, something short, because I know people have like short attention spans. So like a 7-day challenge to manifest, something in your life or something like that. Like something to get people not just like thinking about it, but like using it and actually like being consistent, I think is the key, right? Being consistent with what they want to manifest. So wouldn't it be fun if like everyone who downloads the app gets like a 7-day challenge, maybe like in the free trial, 7 days
to
manifest what you want,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
that would be so fun.
It would be great, and the thing is that everyone's different. So some people are going to manifest really quick because they've added so much momentum already to what they want that when they actually see it, they're already, that puts them right into alignment, and boom, they're off. So, and some people are looking at some internal things, they need to kind of take a little while and start kind of reprogramming, shifting that perspective a little bit before they believe in something different, because our subconscious wants to protect us. It's the same program being played for 40 years. So what happens is we bring something new, like on New Year's, for example, bring something new and say, oh, I'm going to completely do something different. Okay, so you try it for a few days. And then what happens is your subconscious comes in and says, I don't like this. This is not the same program we do. So it starts reminding you of the things that you used to do. It starts bringing fears and doubts. It starts reminding you of what so-and-so said, and so-and-so maybe didn't succeed in that, so maybe you won't. So it starts doubting you, or you start doubting yourself, and then you go back to that regular program again. So what's so important about this app is that you need to start aligning your conscious with your subconscious. We are two parts of our brains. And like anything else in this world, you have to align both sides. Because once you align both sides, then you've got a straight pathway through. And then all you have to do is realize that everything is energy. So that sports car you want has a frequency. It's up here. And if you're down here thinking, well, how am I going to pay for it? And, well, maybe I got to make payments. And I don't know, it's red, I might get tickets. Well, you're not at that level. But if you create a vision board of how great it's going to feel to be in that car, to feel the wind in your hair, to go 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds, whatever it is you want, going along the coast in the car, feeling it, imagining your loved one next to you. You've got the music blaring, put your favorite song on, imagine yourself behind that wheel. That is when your thoughts start rising to where the frequency of what it is you want is. And now you're aligned. So you're subconsciously, consciously aligned. Those come together and aligned with the frequency of what it is you want. That's manifesting, guys. That's all it is. And once you do that, it becomes easier and easier. I am a very powerful manifester. I have realized that in myself now.
So that's where we're going next. What did you manifest?
Oh, I have manifested so much with this app. It is incredible. I've manifested weight loss. I've manifested way more self-esteem. I'm kind of an introvert, and I've basically reprogrammed my mind that
I can't tell at all.
I know. that I have a voice and
It
that
works.
I have a message and I want to be heard and I have something wonderful to share, and again, that power and that excitement overpowers fear and doubt. So, but I've also manifested anything from getting a job that I wanted all the way to manifesting Tony Robbins. I was going to it's like a conference.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I saw it on Facebook one day. I thought, well, it'd be so great to see him. I've loved him for a long time, followed him for a long time. And I said, let's see what much tickets are. They were inexpensive. I thought, well, let's go. So we went. I was in the aisle seat. I thought, well, this is great. I'm going to somehow get this business card into his hands. So for a week, I did a vision board of Tony Robbins and our app. And I recorded the voice of how great it's going to feel for him to take the card, and it's going to be incredible because I'm going to manifest this amazing thing. And it's just I just wanted to see, I just wanted to kind of play with it. I thought, well, what do I have to lose? And it took me a week. And within a week, 2 minutes into the seminar, he stood right in front of me. I was sitting down. The man is like a giant.
Yes, he is.
I had my business card of the app in my hand, and I kept doing this. And all of a sudden, and he had, the microphone, and he was talking to about 4,000 people. And all of a sudden, he looked down and he said, "Oh, you want me to take this?" And I thought I said, "Yes." And he takes the card and he says, "Subliminal Vision Boards. Woo, spooky." And everyone laughed. And I thought I was just going to faint. So he's holding the business card. I'm thinking, I can't believe this has even happened, And he's holding this business card, and he looks down at me, and I'm looking up at him, and I'm thinking, Jen, come on, you got to see something. This is a moment. I mean, you're connected here. And I looked at him and I said, use this. It will change your life. I'm telling Tony Robbins, one of the world's most powerful inspirational speakers in the whole world, to use my app because it will change his life. And do you know, he looked down and said, okay, I will. He took it, put it in his pocket. Literally, it was like no one else existed. It was him and I in the vortex, this moment in space and time. I'll never forget it. And like that, he just switched and he continued on with his seminar, and life just continued.
That is so amazing. And I know he doesn't stop for anyone. So
no. And the thing is that, yes, later on that day, we were talking to some other people in the seminar, and they said, you're the lady that gave Tony Robbins her business card. I said, yes. He said, he never takes anything from anyone. He had bodyguards around him. He's not allowed to because they could taint it or, something stupid. So he never takes anything from anyone, but I had attracted him. So I attracted Tony Robbins, and he was able to get into my alignment, and vice versa, because it happened. And I put it on my Facebook. I just could not believe that had happened.
I saw it. That's amazing.
And I owe it to the app, because I sat and created an app and imagined. That's what this app does. Once you start creating it, you start imagining, like, oh my God, how cool would that be, right? Like, this could actually maybe happen. This is the closest I've ever been to Tony Robbins. So why not take it up a level? Why not go up a notch? And it happened. It worked. And
I love it.
My sister she had a baby, and she wanted to work at home. And I said, Diane, create an app, create a vision board of it. Within a week, boom, she got it. She was able to stay at home. She worked for this maid service, and she scheduled appointments for them. And
That's amazing,
because we work. There's nothing crazy and secret about this. We are creators. We just are deliberate. We're not deliberate creators. We're creating by default. And when you realize the power of creating by default, by even looking at something for a week, consistently, and I didn't stare at it for 24 hours, guys. I looked at the app. I looked at my vision board 5 minutes before I went to bed, because that's one of the most powerful times, because your conscious goes to sleep and your subconscious keeps going. So the last thing you think of in the middle of the nighttime is what you're going to wake up with. So you do it 5 minutes before you go to bed. And then right when I woke up in the morning to kind of prepave it and get excited for the day,
I love that.
I did it again.
So two things I want to say about that, because Wayne Dyer talks about that. He
Oh,
says
does he?
before you go to sleep,
Oh, yes.
write down what you want to be or experience tomorrow.
Right.
And kind of like sit with it, energize it, and then
Mhm.
like go to sleep, and then do the same thing the next morning. So I love that. It works.
It's the
And
same
then,
idea. Yeah.
yeah. And then the other question I have for you is, it's great because it's short, right? It's 5 minutes. So my question is, if you have, let's say I have 10 things I want to manifest, I created 10 vision boards for it.
Okay.
Do you spend 5 minutes with each one, or can you divide it into those 5 minutes? Like how, like what do you recommend people do?
So you can create unlimited vision boards with this app. You can create a collage the way the traditional vision boards have been done. So you can take 3-4 things, put them on one board. You can take 2 or 3 things, put them on another board. You can do 10 individual ones. If you just want to sit down with that car idea, put what car it is, put the backdrop of it, that's the cool thing about this app, is that it accelerates manifesting. Because the old traditional way, you'd have to have a collage of everything, and you kind of just
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. You're like, health, new car, new job, new house. It's just too much. But if you take the house and you put it on a board and you spend 5 minutes on just the house, and you think, okay, I'm going to pick out the house of my dreams, and where it'll be, it's going to be here. And I'm going to record my voice, and I'm going to talk about how great it's going to be to have a backyard for the dog and see him like running around and smelling the ocean air. And we're going to have a big kitchen so that we're going to have Thanksgiving dinner and all the family's going to come. And I'm going to have French doors going out into my bedroom. And you start going into your mind, and your frequency rises.
Absolutely.
It's something that is going to happen naturally. You just have to start the process of it, basically.
But I'm posting your links, and I want you to talk to people about where they can get your app and how they can connect.
Yeah. So, and I also just want to say one thing too regarding the Subliminal Take 5 feature. We have spent a lot of scientific research on trying to find the exact speed that the flashes and the images, the images and the affirmations can flash, so reach your subconscious. So we have it at the highest capacity of it now. And what that means is that in that 5 minutes, on average, it's like looking at each image and affirmation, your whole vision board, up to 1,000 times. So I just, like, really put that into perspective here. If you're spending 2 minutes a day for a year, you're still not doing what you can do with our app in 5 minutes.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
That's the power. That's the power of electronics. That's the power of being. I mean, if we didn't have electronics, this wouldn't be possible. We'd still be doing the old-fashioned way. But things have changed. Things have evolved, and why not agree and understand that manifesting has too, and ride that wave? This is a tool to help you do that.
And it can be easy.
It's fun. It's fun for dreams. It's fun looking at what you can be and what you can do, and then it's really fun to see that once you start aligning with things start happening. Opportunities start opening up. You hear someone talk about something. I mean, things start happening. You start thinking of ideas. Okay, well, maybe it's not so hard to publish a book. I'm going to go on a website and just go Google it. Self-publishing a book. I mean, how hard can it be?
Right.
2 weeks before, it was always just kind of a fainted dream. But now you're thinking, well, I actually really do want to do this. I've been looking at this vision board for 5 minutes a day. I'm excited about it now again. What does it take to do it? Momentum starts building. Things start coming. It's law of attraction. Like attracts like. The more energy, the more momentum, the more passion, the more connection and alignment you choose to have with what you want, the more it's going to, and the faster it's going to come to you.
Absolutely. And I just want to add, because I feel like this is so great. And the consciousness of the world is already increasing. Mm-hmm. So energetically, if you guys follow some of the energy leaders and spiritual leaders that are out there now, they talk about how, you know, we're becoming more enlightened people, which also means that we're manifesting things a lot faster. So you can manifest what you don't want, or you can manifest what you do want. So how about, you know, you go for what you do and like focus on that, right? Since we're
Why
already going to
not?
manifest something, right?
Right. Exactly. And the thing is that if for 1 minute you think to yourself, oh, I don't need that, or I'm doing great in my life, that's great. But understand that we are meant to want more. We are we are souls that came down here to expand. So if you're not doing what you want more than even what you're doing now, then you're not expanding. And like you're saying, if you're not expanding, you're dying. If you're not learning, you're dying. If you're not evolving, then you're dying. And that's not what you came here for. You came here to evolve and expand and really do something amazing for yourself and for the world.
Absolutely. So I posted your URL. So yeah, so I'll tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, so the app is available at the Google Play Store. It's available at the App Store for iOS. Good for tablets, iPads. In the future, we are going to start doing it for computers. We just haven't gotten to that yet. We are also we're in the process of having it translated. So we really are wanting to share this out to everyone. So it's at the App Store. It's at the Google Play Store. It's actually on our website too. There's some app icons on there, and you can learn a lot too on that website. Definitely check it out. You know, our stories on there. The way to create a vision board, a digital vision board, is on there. So kind of some steps to kind of guide you to kind of get within and look within. And really, I'm on Facebook, Jennifer Tosian. Subliminal Vision Boards app is on Facebook too. So feel free to check that out. And I mean, really, this is the time to really focus on what you love. Do something different this 2020.
Absolutely.
You know, why not? Why not?
Yes. Come on, guys. Any final thoughts on, you know, this app and, you know, where things are going?
It's just a really fun time in this world, and we chose this time to know the power of who we are, to remember who we are. And I just want everyone to experience that, experience the power of alignment, experience the power of manifesting on demand. There's nothing like it, you know, there's just nothing like it. And Subliminal Vision Boards Pro is our newest version. That's the one that has the Giphy feature, the accelerated subliminal technology on it. And you get a 7-day free trial. So there's nothing to lose. If you, for some reason, you're not prepared or ready for it, you can just uninstall it, but you're not going to want to, because you're going to start feeling that vibrational shift within you just by using it, even once. I've had people say, I used it 2 days and I've had so much come to me. I mean, it really is that powerful.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so go find Subliminal Vision Boards either on Facebook or online, or grab the app on any of the applications that you have on your phone.
Yeah.
And grab that 7-day trial, guys, because we don't want to relive 2019, right? We want to make 2020 something that ignites you, something bigger, something more passionate and purposeful. Right, Jennifer?
Right. And also, you know, we create a ripple effect. And I just want you all to understand this, that when you focus on what you love in your life, then you create a ripple effect, like a stone dropping in the water, the little ripples that happen. And it's so important that you create a ripple effect of love. And when you love doing something, that is what's rippled out. And so, you know, to show this, we donate 5% to St. Jude Children's Hospital every month. Because we want to show and let you understand that when you are loving yourself, when you decide, I'm going to do something for me, I'm going to really love me and love my dreams again, and really put energy and attention and intention to them, then you will start creating a ripple effect. And it's just as easy as making a decision today to do something that can literally transform your life. And by doing that, you know, you help with a child in need.
Absolutely. I love that. It's all energy. So now you're also giving out energy, which is amazing.
Yeah. That will roll energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming on the show. I love seeing the success and the upgrade, man. This is like a serious upgrade. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to start using it. I already have it on my phone, you guys, so I'm going to start using it. And you know what? I'm going to like put this on my group. I'm going to challenge everyone to do it for 7 days.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm going to tell everyone for 7 days, you guys, you've been challenged. I'm going to put it on
Nice. And if you have
days.
any questions, come to me. I'm always available. You can
Yes.
go to Jennifer Tosian on Facebook. Just message me. I'm here to help you. So if you have any questions about manifesting, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yay! You're doing amazing
Awesome.
work, Teeny, too. I can't even.
Thank you. Thank
for
you so
this.
much. Appreciate you. So blessed to have you on the show. Keep doing what you do and putting your work out there. And for those of you who are on, thank you for joining us. And we will see you in the next installment of Purpose with Passion. I'll see you
Woo!
soon.
Feel the
Bye.
vision.
See you on the passionful side. Bye, everybody.
Bye.